Hey, what's up, James? Trying to look up the assassins real quick there. Trying to look up the assassins real quick. Good lord. So I can see what base size they're on. "32, 32, 32, and 32. Let me see what the Terminator is on. Um, there it is. Librarian. 40. It's a 40 millimeter base, is it? Yep. So I guess slightly smaller than that. And did I make any 32 millimeter base here? It's not good. I don't think I did. A bunch of maybe 25s. What is... Maybe not him, but Captain. Do I have the Librarian? Nope, don't have his base though. Where the heck is that name character at? Excuse me. Titus. Maybe have intercessors. 40 millimeter. Tigress. 40 millimeter. Tech Marine. 40 millimeter. Jesus. Is that all I don't think I printed any 32 millimeter bases. I need to get my printer back up and going. Nope, that's a small one. Oh my gosh. It's gotta be 25. This has gotta be 25. God, are all Space Marines on 40 millimeter bases now? Crap. Hmm. Let me try towel real quick. Ah, there we go. So the green base, 32 millimeter. Well, so much for that. Thought I had some bases, but I guess I don't. So I know we heard the assassin that I'm hoping. I think she's supposed to go right here. Clean her up a little bit. She's looking pretty good. Could have sworn I had a lot more bases. But what can you do? It's looking so good. My copper doesn't look great. That purple kind of does though. Alright. Let's clean this up a little bit. How was your day today, James? Was it like every other day? It's always different every day, James. Every day's different. It's never the same. Maybe you should pay attention to your day, James. Maybe you'll notice the differences. Maybe you'll see one day you stepped on a crack, and then the next you didn't. Let's see. Oh yeah. Let's try this thing here. I wonder, James, do you use like a shaker to shake your paint? Well, there you go, James. It's different. Chaos. Do you use a shaker for your paints? I've been meaning to, like, find a decent one so I don't have to shake. Oh, hmm. Yeah, you just strong arm it like a real man. You don't shake it? Yeah. Don't know how well it's shooken up yet. Use GW paint? Hey, what's up, HS? HS. Ah. I don't think the technique's gonna work very well on this guy. Just because he's so small. And I think it better works on flat surfaces. Let's see. Hopefully that's enough. Should do it in a bigger model. Who let the dogs out? Jesus, is there snow out there or is it just really cold? Nope. I'm gonna add like multiple coats of this. You're welcome, James. Now chaos has ensued. I can't believe you heard the song, James. Jeez. Alright. I know. I don't know what song James is talking about. Something about who let the dogs out, wolf, 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 or something like that. I have no idea what that means. Let that dry now, and hopefully this won't dry up anytime soon. Okay. Oh wait, you weren't you saying that with the whenever you replied? HS? Oops. Obama boys. Do what again? Exactly, James. I have no idea what you're talking about. If you don't explain it to me, how will I know what not to do again? No, this is not the black that I want actually. I forgot. Almost made a mistake there. Which black was it? Wait, what? I know and you and I remember. What are you talking about, James? I mean, dude, if you don't tell me, man, I'm bound to repeat it again because I have no idea what you're talking about. So don't blame me if I say something that you don't like, but it's because you don't tell me. Confederate auction regrets. There we go. Alright. Hopefully this is the right color, the right bottle, should I say. Gotta paint that and try it again. I have no idea what James is talking about. Hmm. Try the other black now. That looks a lot better. Huh. Thought they were about the same, but I guess not. not quite showing up like I'd hope. I wonder if it's a different kind of spray paint. Won't think so. So if you watch, you're acting as if you don't know, I'm talking about the stupid dog song. What stupid dog song? The Scooby-Doo song? So I've been watching you for a while. I think next check I'm going to do about wet palette. You've never tried a wet palette before? It's I've never really honestly used a wet palette myself until relatively recently, and I do like it. It helps for sure. Add a water. I think that might help a bit. Helps keep the paint stay wet longer, from what I remember them saying, so that it's not drying up like quickly. There we go. That looks a lot better. I can make a suggestion for you if you want, H. A pretty good one. Jeez. My voice sounds terrible already. Hey, what's up, Think? You never finished answering my question. Jesus Christ, from yesterday. My voice sounds terrible. Oh, no, it's not good paint. So, you said you watched some of those videos a long time ago. What were the devices though? That kind of led up to the LED part. You said like you've seen some videos in the past talking about certain electronics causing stuff like that. Excuse me. And you said, and I actually was like, "Well, when did this kind of started?" And you said like you've seen some things in the past. They talked about certain devices, like what devices. So I was just kind of curious. Okay, so this LED video is the first time you've seen it, or anyone talked about LED in general? Were these people of authority? Not authority, but I guess like of what do you call it, professions, I guess. Authority. That might be the right word for it. Hey, I'm asking the truth though. Like, are these people of authority or professions? It's more than just a gotcha though. Because if they're not, then they're just some random people. Is this what you believe? You know what I'm saying? Well, the thing is, though, is that eventually some of these, what do you call, what do you call, what do you call it? Uh, Damn, what do you call it? Jesus Christ, I'm drawing a blank on it. Um, not theories. What's like the bad word of theories? I can't remember for some odd reason. Anyways, eventually some of them will be true, but there's an infinite number of them that are wrong to equivalent one to be a right. The whole point is I'm trying to point out is the fact that you took it upon his authority that he was correct, and you said the authority fallacy. I can't remember because you're believing him as though he had authority, as in he knows his equipment, so therefore he had to be a someone of authority. They're demonstrating something, yes, but not necessarily what he's saying, because he could say literally anything with those demonstrations for sure. And the same thing, same beeps and stuff will still come up. So this is the reason I did look. This is the reason why we don't take things on authority, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I wouldn't make a lifestyle change just yet, but but I mean, where would you pull your facts from? Again, I'm trying to understand how you think here. Like say for example, maybe he is right. How do you verify it? You know what I'm saying? Do you if you don't pull from authority, you're gonna have to obviously you have to check for yourself. That's always the best way to do it. Oh, jeez, this is really a little too thick. Did you already change all your LED bulbs though? And mind you, whenever he did a test, the compact fluorescent was also beeping the equipment too. So you have to go back to not candles, but I guess the first light bulb essentially is the and what are they called? I don't know if they sell this anymore. Um, they're filament based. I can't remember. Why can't I remember the original bulb? Well, it's not to say that they're correct in everything, but you also have to think about it whether it makes sense or not too. Yes, yes, for sure, for sure. Oh shoot. Well, it's depend on like maybe it does cause us something, you know. Again, like I said before, the it's the dosage. You know, sunlight is bad for you, but also good for you. It's the amount of sunlight you get is whether it goes bad or good. So LEDs may cause something for sure, but it might be like, you know, we already said all this before. Like it might take like a lot. No, I mean, again, it's a very, I like, I'd hope people like to think about things for sure. Anyways, did you get your lion built yet, man? Oh shit. There's another Lions player that showed up, but he hasn't showed up in a little bit. I was hoping he'd play. Teach him how to play. How many points of stuff do you have built already? Have you got some games in yet? Actually, the more important thing, really. You know, a lot of people like that. Again, that guy. I keep telling him, it's like, dude, just get at least 500 points and play. You know, that's how you figure out what models you need or want. Only not by choice. What do you mean by not by choice? How's how's this hobby not by choice? That's an interesting take. Were you court ordered to take to do this hobby or something? Or did I just misread what you said there? Yeah. Oh, wow. Well, shit. I was gonna ask where you live, but best not ask that. I mean, I'm kind of with you on that one too. Even over here, there's generally people to play, but I think it's mostly my fault. I don't schedule. Except like once a week, but in the perfect world, I could. The same dude's getting better. Oh, you want different guys, you know? You don't want to keep playing the same person. You'll improve against that one guy, but you might not have, different tricks and stuff. Like, kind of like where I'm at. Like this, me and this guy, we, was it? We always come on Wednesdays. It's worked out, but the problem is we keep playing each other, and it's kind of like, kind of, I won't say boring, but definitely want variety. It's nice to play with other people. I put his. Yeah, well, actually, kind of funny enough, the person I played with actually played Necrons, but then he switched over to World Eaters, and I kind of do struggle with him. He keeps me caged up, but definitely gotta finish my list so I can counter his caging. Because around turn 3 is when it starts turning in my favor, but at that point I'm a little bit too far behind on points, so it becomes a problem. This time he really pulled out way ahead of me. Terrible secondaries. I made a few mistakes, which cost me um, some killing of his units. Hmm. And yeah, so hey, Sinister. What's up? How does everyone else does it? I do it through Rattlecan. I think a lot of people say it that way. It's probably one of the better methods, cheaper methods too, for sure. I prime mine through Rattlecan. This is an Infinity model, and I primed it silver though, because I have an intent on how I want to paint them, and silver is the way to go. Makes it a little bit easier. And I've been trying to find different kinds of primers that works. And I'm trying this new one out. Looks good for now, but no way know for sure until I try it with multiple models. Yeah, and that's the thing. He got me one time with Calgar. Calgar shot the living crap out of one of his berserker squads, but I didn't quite finish them all off, and he ended up countercharging me, so I couldn't charge him anymore. So I didn't get the fight first ability, which kind of sucked. Screwed up my double oath. Sinister, it depends on how much money you got. If you have a lot of money, maybe the Vallejo might be a pretty good one. If you're broke like me, Walmart paint looking pretty good. um, I will say if you have a Michaels though, I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm trying this new paint. It's not new per se, but it's new to me. It's Color Max from Crayola, and it seems to spray paint really well. I don't know. I do have some models that I think these are. Well, perhaps I didn't spray good enough on this one, but it seems like it sprays nice and thin and really well. If I spray it appropriately. Coverage is my fault, but whenever it does get there, it looks pretty good. Uh, I did research too, like you. I heard people do airbrush, and a lot of people even who do airbrush, they prefer the rattle cans. You just have to find a really good one. Well, yeah, you have to find a good brand. It's probably not on Discord. If you just type in the brand name and stuff and where to find it at. Like I said, I used the I I've used Rust-Oleum. It was good, then all of a sudden it was weirdly bad. I think it's maybe my paint. I have a feeling most rattle cans are going to be about good, but again, I don't know. I think it's me. I had ordered from online, but so far I'm trying Crayola Color Max with like triple X on it. This what I'm painting on. It's not Crayola. It's color something from Michaels. Looks like you got to think they're excited. Okay, I did get a whole airbrush set up, but I will definitely look at this. Well, if you get the airbrush is still useful for stuff. Now, mind you, um, I don't have experience with airbrush, but I will say even airbrush is good for like other things other than just priming, like covering large swaths of a vehicle or like any vehicles actually. Um, it's airbrush. I think will be wonderful for that. It's nice even coating. Oh, what's up, man? Also worth it. So we're trying to airbrush and then quickly move to our. Yeah, I have mine. I don't know what mine's called. Gonna be a brand new. I went hard in. I went hard in. Well, try to use them right away. You have the return period. I honestly don't know airbrush myself, so your best bet is to look elsewhere for advice for that one, or people on here who have used it. I want to try airbrush for sure. I just don't have the space or room for it. I think you can do really wonderful things with it. Hmm. Well, there you go. I mean, the best thing to do, honestly, is crack it open and use it right away. You know, hopefully it's not past your return period. Mhm. That way, even though they're good brands, obviously, you're gonna run into eventually a lemon in it, and at least you'll be able to get your return or exchange. Otherwise, you have to do a warranty. I got a Scooter 120 CR Plus. I watch his stuff too. He's doesn't hurt to try out both anyway. You know what I'm saying? Whether you want to try out rattle can or airbrush, see which one you like better. Rattle cans are relatively cheap. Looking pretty sharp. I actually kind of like that base coat. I might keep that as an undercoat. Sinister still always test it out, man. Again, it may be still a good brand and everything, but you could end up getting like something might be broken with it, you know. So make sure you always test it out, regardless of the brand, just in case you got a lemon and you can deal with the seller as opposed to the company to have to deal with warranties. Oh, okay, okay, gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, Does alcohol work, think? Running alcohol through it? Alright, I'm too lazy. Maybe that's the reason why I don't use airbrush. Although I will say, I know I want to use it because it'll come in handy in a lot of scenarios, especially vehicles or large surfaces. Yeah, there's some airbrush cleaner that I bought to haven't used my airbrush. I have it, haven't used it. There's no room. I wanted to really get into it. Paint thinner to thin your paint. I'm sorry, think watching professionals. But yeah, Squidmar I really like. I, actually, as a matter of fact, someone obsessed with learning something. Yeah, yeah, for sure. I remember it's good to learn everything you can possible, so it makes you do things right the first time around. As a matter of fact, someone paint person in this chat. Oh my gosh, showed me. I forgot what he showed me, and I was like, dude, if this has airbrushing, I can't do it. And it showed me a video of someone doing airbrushing, or something I guess I wanted to do. And I couldn't do it because I don't have an airbrush. Get OCD with doing things right. I don't know if his butt should be black or not, or blue, or maybe, well, not silver, or the purple maybe. So what are you painting, Sinister? Yeah, for sure. Hopefully there's more trial and less error, huh? More successful trials. That's kind of like what these guys are for me. A lot of trials. Ooh, I need to paint that real quick. Forgot. So you're getting into Astra Militarum. That's kind of linked to my Discord. Not a lot of posting, but have some postings. It's a growing community. Paint this guy again before I forget. I try to go in there and check stuff. Laser rifle section. You mean the flashlight? Oh, I'm talking about laser rifle. You mean the flashlight? This stuff is really kind of sticky. Sticky icky. Don't know if I should go for a third layer on this guy or not. Might have an. I probably should go for a third layer. Uh-oh, Crayola, I call it Crayola. Crayon. Well, when you play them, it's gonna feel like flashlights. If you watch Bricky, him explaining about 40K, like all the armies of 40K, you'll hear him call them flashlights because that's what they're called back in the day. Figured they wouldn't be very strong. Well, that's the thing though; they're not strong at all. Oh, so so you know, they're not very strong, but you get so many shots. I remember back in the day, Terminators. Don't really. I kind of do have one, but not really. Terminators only had one wound, but they have a 2-up save and a 4-up invul. And the thing is, though, is that you had to have an AP2 weapons to bypass a Terminator save. Most things couldn't, unless it's anti-tank. But the problem was is that, you know, when you cause one wound, it's enough to kill a Terminator. And these guys had so many shots that they don't kill you because they're super strong. They kill you by statistics. If I make you save 6 times, I'm killing one Terminator. Because probability speaking, you're gonna roll 1/6. And that's a Terminator, by the way. Terminators are pretty tough. Let's see if I get all. Hmm. Oh yeah, I mean, hey, that's the way to go whenever you play an army. you know, go, was it the rule of cool as they call it? Um, the rule of cool definitely is the way to go. But generally also speaking, you want to go two armies because just in case one army just gets really, really nerfed really bad. Oh, here's something pretty cool, Sinister. Here's one of my Tau units, fully painted. Oops, slipped. Even the freaking rock is stealth. Yes, Tau are the new race that are very, very young, and because of a storm, they didn't get completely annihilated and have advanced enough that they can defend themselves against the Imperium. And boy, this is going to be really tough to paint that helmet. Definitely going to have to. I don't know if I have a fine enough brush for that, or a steady enough hand for that too. Good lord. If you look at the image part of Discord, you can kind of see like what people has been painting and doing, and you can see some of my stuff on there too. Boy, some really, really deep blue boys. Well, no, actually, technically speaking, Imperial Knights are the cheapest army to get into. One of the cheapest army, if not the cheapest. Funny, huh? Because you only have to have like at most 13 models. That's chaos. The most that they can run is all little war dogs. But with running regular, you probably have a lot less models than that. So, but yes, per model cost, yeah, Titans Knights are a bit more expensive, but in terms of the army, they're a little bit cheaper. Trying to figure out where else I need to paint the black armor. Just want to make sure I get all that parts covered. Sinister, have you seen the secret level? I mean, have you played Space Marine 2? Should I ask that first? Or like the show Astartes as well on YouTube. Yeah, exactly. Rule of cool. Go with an army that you really like, because he's right. Rules and how good they are changes throughout time. Oh boy. Black Templars, Dark Angels, Salamanders, Ultramarines, Tau, Chaos, Imperial Knights, Chaos Knights. It's one, then it's another. Come on. Christmas boxes are boxes that are released during Christmas time. They're generally very good value. I mean, most boxes are good value. You get a pretty good discount with them. Worth it if you're going, if you don't have the models in it, for sure. But people who play for a long time, usually all those are repeat models. That's looking pretty nice. Jesus. Dude, I remember when Land Raiders were like 40 or 50 bucks. Now it's like 120. Jeez, man. I sold all my Land Raiders on eBay. No, HS is an old fart. 35. Yeah, it's like I think mine was like 40 or 60 or somewhere around that price range. I can't remember. Forced labor, Jesus. Oh, get some good paint brushes, by the way. I will say I used the Walmart stuff and Artist Loft. intend to paint this long, but it's our new series. Again, broke guy over here. Brushes, certain ones you definitely want to go decently good quality or take good care of them. Like I have cheap brushes and they're actually, I really like them. But there are sometimes like they kind of split really easily sometimes. So, and that's annoying. I'd spend some money on a good quality brush for like fine details and stuff. Because that one, whenever it splits, it's annoying. But when you're doing just like mass painting, it doesn't matter that it's split or not. Because you want it, you want to paint a large area anyway. I haven't had a dry brush yet. Although I do want to. Still waiting for Francois to put out a video about it. How he does his dry brushing. Because I'm curious. Oh, I guess, your base color also, by the way, you know, whether you prime black or white or gray and all that. So you guys put your opinions on that one in chat too. I do white and I would do black depending. Hmm. Shove this brush up his butt real quick. I don't do zenithal, although I think it actually works with my technique very well. For me, in terms of priming, there's a couple of different reasons you'd want to prime. Yes, yeah, like that, for what Think is saying. I don't use contrast paints. I kind of dilute my paints to make it like contrast paints. That's the reason why I prime white. Well, don't have any of my good painted models here because they're all done. But essentially, I guess this is a decently painted model. You can kind of see how the purple kind of flows into those creases, making it look like I did shading and edge highlighting and all that. And this is a white base coated model. So white will make the whatever you paint over it kind of bright. Dark black will of course make it really dark, darker. What's up, Randall? And gray is a little bit in the middle. Um, Generally speaking, if you want to make it easier on you to paint stuff, yeah. If my Ultramarines are mostly blue, if I get a spray paint that's mostly blue, that's like majority of my job done. But because of the technique that I use, actually you can kind of see it on this guy. Pretty nicely done. You see, it looks like it's edge highlighted and all that. You can see it in his hands right there, and his legs. But this is just me painting. I didn't do any edge highlighting or anything like that. I did paint in a little bit darker those little areas. I still need to go in those little creases and whatnot. Yeah, so it looks pretty good. I mean, you can even see it on the armors over there. Shoulder pads a little bit. But yeah, it's the paint technique that I do. I haven't perfected it or anything. Still trying to work out on how to do it properly. But I like it, so I do that. That's the reason why I prime mine white. Just gonna want to trip, going to listen in the background. Yeah, I'm gonna be going pretty soon here. I streamed for quite a little bit of time, longer than I should have. No longer than I normally would, but there's a noob in here. Plus, also, I'm trying to get this blue painted on this guy too. Trying to figure out where the good sections are. I don't know if this should be blue or not, but we're gonna paint it blue. Probably not. Definitely need to clean this out. Hmm. They, I'd say don't be so hard on yourself for sure. Get them to a point of tabletop ready. So like kind of like this guy looks like kind of like garbage a little bit. Actually, looks doesn't look too bad, but it's not quite completely done. I'm gonna work on him a little bit more, but I'm not gonna be worrying too much about little mistakes because there's like 500, well not 500, but 20 of these guys have the paint. So I'm not worried about the 20 guys at the paint. The thing that you really want to worry about more so is like your characters and stuff. There's where you want to go really, really, really good. So, characters, that's where you may want to spend more time on. But your infantry, the things that you have a lot to paint on, try to find a technique that works really well that you can, kind of speed paint them. You know what I'm saying? Because, dude, you're gonna have a lot of these models, and it's gonna be a pain in the butt if you're trying to paint them all like individual characters. That's why Imperial Knights is so good, because there's only 13 models you have to paint. Everyone has their own different ways of painting, man. It's whatever, like you said, man. You get burnt out because you're spending too much time in great details that you kind of get burnt out. That's kind of the thing, is that you don't want to. Well, hopefully you don't want that to happen. So you kind of have to have a balance where you do spend great. Because painting is fun. We spend a good amount of time painting certain models that you really want to look good, and then certain models you want to get them painted and make them look nice. That's usually going to be like your infinite number of infantry, especially if you're going Imperial Guard. If you're going like Horde Guard, good luck. I mean, you're gonna be like, well, all my things are vehicles. Well, you still, you're gonna have a lot of them. You don't want to burn yourself out. So find a nice balance. That blue's looking nice. think you might be going a little bit too deep into that, man. I've not had to use it, but it all depends on you. But you know, you might be going like too much into it to the point where you might be like how you said earlier, where you kind of just overdid it, being too much of a perfectionist. So just be careful. Yeah, exactly. Again, like I said, you could use it for like character models and stuff. There's where you may want to do great details, where it can be fun to do great details. But when you're doing that to every single individual models, that's when it becomes like a tedious thing to do. So it's not a bad idea to have those kind of things. It depends on your eyesight, of course. But again, I've not had to use it. I don't do great details. I'm not like a professional painter either. So it's all what you're kind of looking for and how much you want to get into it. You start getting in too deep, you might start regretting it. As in, you know, you're because you're kind of going too deep into it. I think the most important thing to have is like a steady hand as much as possible, and then good brushes, especially fine point brushes. Nah, man, I give them to someone who'll put them to better use. I already have an airbrush I bought a while back, and I haven't even cracked that open yet. So if it doesn't work, then I screwed myself big time. That's kind of how long ago I bought it, I think. Yeah, just be realistic about the models that you're painting. Like character models, that's where you want to spend most of your time on, where you do want to go great detail in. But infantry models or like tanks and stuff, you want to find like a nice balance where you're mostly coding it and then just picking out certain details and stuff. Alright, anyways, I do have to call it right here, so I'm going to be closing the chat in a sense. I do try to stream every day around 4 to 4:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Try to stream for at least an hour to paint my models. Right now, I am liking that blue-black combo. Looks pretty nice. I can't wait to get the yellow on there, though. Yeah, I guess I should. The general's meant for that. But if you like my content, please consider subscribing, thumbs up this time below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next vid.